So now we're back with number 65, which is the meditation to prevent freaking out. And we all freak out. We all have our moments that are not always the best. And sometimes we need to break down before we break through. And that's definitely the case for me in some instances where I just need to let it all go and before I can just come back to center. And this meditation is great because it allows us to stop ourselves before we freak out. It can really get us into that place where we can center ourselves and just be at peace so that we don't have to lose our cool. If you practice it every day, you have less tendencies to freak out. So you'll see that you're less erratic and you're less angry and you're less tense, and you may not jump on people as quickly as you would otherwise. So I'm thrilled to share this with you. And if you're someone who is a little bit chaotic with your relationships, freaks out very easily, gets upset very easily, this is a meditation that you may want to bring in for 40 days. So let's get started. So let's break down the meditation to prevent freaking out. What happens when we're breathing is every 90 to 120 breaths, we change the dominance of the nostril that we're breathing out of. So we may have our left nostril be the dominant nostril, and then in 90 breaths, that dominance changes. And so when we actually proactively change the dominance of the nostril, we can actually reorganize our mind and change our energy. So what this meditation does is it helps us get into the practice of consciously changing the dominance of the nostrils. So we begin with the mudra, which is just placing your hands, interlacing your fingers with your right thumb over your left, and placing that with some pressure against your diaphragm. Making sure that your shoulders are relaxed and your spine is straight. So there's tension in your diaphragm with the pressure, but there's no tension in your shoulders. Then just close your eyes and breathe deeply out and in your nose. And just start to pay attention to which nostril is dominant. It might take a minute or two to start to notice. So just take a minute now with your eyes closed, breathing in and out through your nose, and start to pay attention to which is the dominant nostril. If you recognize that one side is more dominant than the other, in another minute now take your time and begin to switch the dominance of that nostril. So if your left nostril is the most dominant, start to breathe more clearly out of your right nostril. Using your focus and your attention, you can shift the dominance of each nostril. You'll start to notice as you practice this, you become more calm. You start to relax. You start to release any freak out, any tension, any negativity, and you start to calm your mind. And so continue practicing this, just shifting from side to side every few minutes, allowing yourself to really consciously and proactively change the dominance of that nostril. This is a great one that you can, again, use anywhere because it's not so wild or crazy. You can be seen anywhere practicing this meditation. And let yourself really just shift your own mind without having to feel like you're controlling your energy or feeling like you're beholden to needing to freak out all the time. You don't have to. You can be at peace and you can have power in those situations. So use this whenever you feel a freak out coming on. Enjoy. Sat Nam.